What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Allow me to get seated as I deliver this press statement, which is a reaction to what the acting party president, Honorable Lubinda, issued last night. You see, yesterday we waited for him to have a consultation with the 6 senior members of the Central Committee as NEC. All we got was a notice of suspending or cancelling of NEC sittings indefinitely. Can you imagine? Where do you see a party leader suspending sittings of the executive members of the party indefinitely and issued by a junior member of the party? So members of the Central Committee, members of the press, we have called this press conference to respond to the decision that the acting president of Patriotic Front, who is the vice president of the party, given Lubinda, to drop we, the undersigned, from the Central Committee. From the outset, and in no uncertain terms, we declare that the action is illegal, as the party constitution does not allocate such powers to an acting president without the ratification of the Central Committee. Additionally, we strongly feel the action is a clear sign that Honorable Lubinda has abandoned the soul of the party at a time when Zambians desperately looking for a strong, united opposition and has chosen ego over unity, ambition over selfless service, and personal survival over collective destiny. And I'll repeat myself. Honorable given Lubinda has desperately chosen ego over unity, ambition over selfless service, and personal survival over collective destiny. A leader who reshuffles structures days before a convention is bent on crippling the party. To be clear, Honorable Lubinda is vying for the party presidents at the coming convention, which is 7 days away from today. And the right thing for him to do was to step aside to create a level and fair playground. We cannot have a candidate making or changing rules for other contestants. He is a candidate. If he was wise enough, Honorable Lubinda should have stepped aside and take over the reins of the party so that the level playing field is even for all the contesting parties. We expect him to hand over the reins over to the party chairperson, Honorable Mpangata Msonda, who is me, together with the acting secretary general of the party, so that we organize the convention successfully. His action manipulates the playing field even before the whistle is blown. He's trying to be a judge and a jury at the same time. The Patriotic Front needs unity, stability, honesty, transparency, and courage. But instead, Honorable Lubinda detonates drama, division, and sabotage disguised in administration. A leader who cannot unite chooses division. A leader who fears transparency chooses chaos. And that is precisely what will not allow him to do to the Patriotic Front. We therefore reject all the changes Honorable Lubinda purports to have made and demand that he steps aside to allow the chairperson to superintend the process to the convention that will choose the next president of the biggest opposition political party, the Patriotic Front, which is just 7 days away from today. The time has come for us to close the ranks, unite and rise above the egos of selfish interests. Zambia is too precious and the future too urgent to be sacrificed at the altar of one man's quest for political survival and political selfishness. So with a few remarks, members of the press and members of the Central Committee present, this is our reaction to the statement that Honorable Lubinda purports to have issued last evening, and I thank you.
you so much. I wish to recognize the members of Central Committee that have joined this press briefing. Members of the press, I now wish to invite questions, if any, to the National Chairperson, Honorable Musonda Pankata. You may raise your hand and introduce yourself and go ahead and ask your question, if any. Do we have any questions from the press?
Any questions pertaining to the preparations of our general conference? And maybe for your information, just for further information for the public, the press, and the members of Patriotic Front, is that our plans and our preparations for the convention are going ahead. And very soon we'll be issuing a list of delegates which will be distributed to all the contestants, including Honorable Given Lubinda and his agents. And the convention is going ahead as planned, and preparations will continue. And as members of the Central Committee, I'll be chairing a Central Committee this afternoon at a venue that we are going to advise our members of Central Committee. You see, in terms of our party constitution, the Patriotic Front Party Constitution here, which is purported newly appointed Deputy Secretary General Mkandila, a lawyer, is claiming that regulations supersede the Constitution. Honorable Mkandila, a lawyer, you read Article 51 of the Party Constitution. The Central Committee, there shall be a Central Committee of the party which shall consist of 30 members as follows: Party President, Secretary General of the party, appointed by the President of the party, from among its members of the Central Committee who are elected at the General Conference. 25 members elected at the General Conference. 3 members appointed by the President of the party. So the blotted number of the members of the Central Committee that you claim to have and that you want them to endorse you as a party president is not in tandem with our party constitution. And very soon we'll be appointing electoral commission as now a person in charge of the party, together with the chairman's elections, as mandated by the party regulations. And this is in accordance with regulation, the Party Election Commission Regulation 4. For the purpose of the General Conference, there shall be established pursuant to the provision of Article 64 and 5 of the Constitution of the Party Electoral Commission, which shall comprise the chairperson, secretary, and 3 others, which is about 5. The Elections Committee, in consultation with the party president, shall propose for the approval to the Central Committee members of the Party Electoral Commission, which we'll be doing very soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If there are no further questions, then we shall end. There's a question there. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
The chairman or Patriotic Front, members of Central Committee, all protocols observed. My question is, according to what he purports to based on Article 61J, according to my understanding, Article 61J says only the elected party president can hire and fire. Is given Lubinda in order as acting president, who was not elected but appointed, is he in order to hire and fire his fellow members of Central Committee?
You see, Article 61 of the Constitution, which I have here, talks about the powers and functions of the president of the party. But these powers and functions of the president, they are A to K. And he says, he quoted J, take a decision or an action which in his opinion is in the best interest of the development or security of the party. So his decision that he took 7 days away to the conference is not in the best interest of the party. And whatever powers and functions of the president has, the Central Committee has to ratify these powers. It is just like the Republican president appointing service chiefs and other senior government portfolios. Parliament finally ratifies. Judges are finally ratified by the members of Parliament. That is the watchdog work of members of Parliament. Even the Central Committee, to check on the powers and privileges of the president, the Central Committee has to ratify, so that these powers and privileges are not abused like he's trying to abuse these powers unilaterally as himself being an acting party president.
Thank you so much. Any other question from the media? Thank you so much. As we come to the end, thank you so much, National Chairperson, for that statement that intends to build and clarify matters of national importance. My message to the party in Lusaka province, which is the headquarters of the party, is that can we remain strong and resolute? This is just a small step that will not shake us. We have a convention which is forthcoming in a week's time, and like the national chairman has said, let us remain strong and united. We will preach a message of unity and not division. Ours is for the poor people of Zambia, and as such, we choose maturity instead of egos. We choose to be pro-poor instead of those that look out for self-interest. Thank you so much, and may God bless Zambia. May God bless the Patriotic Front. Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in to JQ News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on tech, politics, and everything in between. Until next time, stay cool.